Hey folks, last night was the second episode of Blind Auditions on Season 3 of The Voice on NBC. One sad story right after the other, with a few performances sprinkled in here and there. I'm starting to feel sorry for Carson Daly having to sit there and listen to all those sad stories and pretend to give a damn. If the current trend continues, they're going to have to replace him next season with Dr. Drew, who we all know thrives on people's misery. Anyway, kicking off the night was 22-year-old Adrianna Louise, who credits music with saving her life when she was 9 years old and her family was held hostage during a robbery. You know, I've heard of music doing a lot of things over the years. I have never heard of it negotiating a hostage situation. I don't know, maybe Christina Aguilera came on the radio and scared the robbers away. It's the only thing I can think of with her wailing. Who knows? I guess they're just asking these people, what is the worst thing that's ever happened to you? Anyway, Adrianna sang Domino by Jessie J, and it was pretty good, although she didn't seem to have a lot of control over the big notes. They were kind of all over the place, but overall, she has a lot of potential, and she is very pretty too. She'd be even prettier if she would contour her eyebrows. All four coaches turned around for her. Her mom was backstage acting more dramatic than the heroine in a daytime soap opera. And I think some of the drama from her mom must have rubbed off on her, because every time the coaches talked to her, she was like, oh my God, Adam Levine is begging for me. Oh my God, Christina Aguilera is talking to me. I found that a little bit annoying. Eventually she went with Christina, since Christina's CD was the first one that she bought with her own money when she was 9 years old. Guess what? It wasn't your own money. It was your mom's money. And small bit of advice to the contestants, you don't get on Christina's good side by reminding her that she's approaching middle age. Next was 22-year-old wrestler Casey Murssigmann. What a cool name for a country singer. Casey credits wrestling with making him a better artist because he says that knowing his physical limits has helped him push his musical limits, but I didn't hear any limit pushing in his generic performance of Sweet Home Alabama. Even his look was that generic, I want to be a country singer look that you might find headlining shows on a Tuesday night at the local saloon. He's a fine singer, but I didn't hear anything that would make him stand out amongst all the others that we've seen make it through already. Blake turned around for him first, but I think he had pretty much decided to already when he heard them cowboy boots hit the stage. Cee Lo eventually turned around, but he knew it was a safe turnaround and that a country singer in cowboy boots is not going to choose Cee Lo Green over Blake Shelton. Next was 24-year-old Aquile, who once had to have his jaw wired shut and used that as an opportunity to learn how to play the guitar, which is always a good skill to have on a show like this. He sang Elton John's Your Song, and it was quite lovely. I thought it was the best of the night by far, although toward the end, when he tried to hold on to his notes, they would take on a slight Billy Goat quality, but things like that are usually overlooked by the voting audience when the contestant is exceptionally good looking, which Aquile definitely was. Christina even wants a private performance from him, which might just be what won him over. He chose Christina over Adam and Cee Lo. Blake didn't bother turning around for him. Aquile is the strongest so far on Team Christina. Next, 28-year-old Ryan Fogarty, who is the tour production coordinator for LeAnn Rimes. Basically her gopher, it seems like. LeAnn Rimes even made an appearance to vouch for him. What the hell happened to her? I used to love her. She used to be so adorable, so it just breaks my heart to see her looking like somebody's grandma. And obviously she's got the hearing of a little old grandma too if she thinks this guy sounds good. He sang Tomorrow and it was a wreck. Nobody turned around for him. It did accomplish one thing though. With this one audition, LeAnn Rimes completely ruined her chances of ever becoming a judge on a show like this. The girl just can't spot talent at all. Next up, short clips of rejects. Brett Hite attempted to sing Replay, and I, for one, am really glad that they didn't show the whole thing, because it was really that bad. Jamie Lampert attempted to sing Poker Face, and Matt Carr sat on the edge of the stage and tried to sing Sitting on the Dock of the Bay with a voice that only LeAnn Rimes could love. Next was 19-year-old Mackenzie Bourg, who almost died from some terrifying virus that shuts down your organs, but he woke up in time for the Super Bowl and saw a commercial for The Voice and decided to audition. I swear all these sad stories. Anyway, Mackenzie sang Pumped Up Kicks. I thought he sounded a lot like a young Chris Allen, the Season 8 winner of American Idol who I love, although I don't think he has as much control over his voice. Only Cee Lo turned around for him. Christina Aguilera said that she didn't turn around because she was waiting for the song to go somewhere and it never really went anywhere, but she thought it was fun and he chose a fun song. A fun song? Has Cee Ag ever even listened to this song? The lyrics to this song are written from the perspective of a troubled and delusional kid with homicidal thoughts. Sure, Christina, it's just a barrel of fun. Mackenzie is adorable, though. Blake compared him to Harry Potter, and then Christina compared him to Justin Bieber. He didn't seem too happy with that Justin Bieber comparison. Mackenzie, if you don't want to be compared to Justin Bieber, don't wear your hair like his. And you're a cute 19-year-old boy that is obviously going to need votes from the teenage girls, so dissing Justin Bieber in your debut probably wasn't a very smart idea, but whatever. And the last of the night was 21-year-old mariachi singer Julio Castillo, who sings mariachi to support his family. He sang La Bamba, and Blake turned around almost instantly. Cee Lo turned around right at the ass end. Of course, Julio went with Blake since he was the first one to turn around. Now, the perfect one for him to go with would have been Christina if she had turned around, since she's a Latin Grammy winner. I just don't think Blake knows anything about Latin music. So I don't think we'll see this guy last very long, even though he was very good, from what I could understand. I wish instead of having him sing mariachi after his audition, they would have had him sing something in English so we could see what he sounds like and better. Because most people can enjoy music in something other than their native tongue, but they're not going to get passionate about it and pick up the phone and vote for it. So I think he's got a tough road ahead of him. But good luck to him. And so anyway, that was it for the night. The best of the night, I thought, was Aquile. Leave me a comment and let me know who you thought was the best of the night. Subscribe if you haven't. Like or dislike this video. Come be my Facebook friend. Follow me on Twitter. And join me here tomorrow where we'll be talking about the X Factor. I'm going to have to skip The Voice. I might DVR it and try to talk about it sometime before the weekend. But if I have to choose between the two shows, I'm going to have to choose X Factor. And I looked on tvguide.com for their listings. Apparently it's going to be the same thing next week. They're going to have a 2-hour on Monday night, and then 1 hour on Tuesday night, 1 hour on Wednesday night. I think that's a very wrong thing to do. Because I like watching, but I want to watch both shows. And so they're screwing with me, and I don't like that. So anyways, I'll see you folks later.